Today I'm going to talk about the new 2-player Ascension Apprentice pack. It's a 2-player deck building card game that is about ascending, well, not a mountain, but that's the metaphor I'm going for today.
TheOneTAR!
So Ascension is a deck building card game, which means that it's a game where by playing cards, you buy more cards to add into the deck, which will allow you to play more cards and buy more cards. It's a cycle that repeats quite frequently, and the goal is to build your deck in such a way that you can build an engine and get the engine going where you can basically buy any card you want. Ideally, the ones that'll get you the most points at the end of the game. In Ascension, the way that you get points is by either buying cards which have point values in the bottom corner that add to your deck, which add up at the end of the game, or by killing monsters, which will give you points right then and there. Sometimes they also give you other benefits like money to buy other cards, or maybe they let you banish things or do something mean to your opponent. Ascension by default is a 4-player game, but they recently came out with the Ascension Apprentice pack, which is a small 2-player game which travels surprisingly well as long as you don't keep it in its original box. Turns out that box gets kind of squished usually when inside ski backpacks. Look at that pretty! In Ascension, base game or 2-player game, the rules are exactly the same. So if you know how to play Ascension the main game, you'll already know how to play the 2-player version. If you learn on the 2-player version, then you'll be already ready to play the 4-player version. All players are dealt 8 apprentices and 2 militia cards. This is your starting deck. You shuffle those together, draw a hand of 5. That's your starting hand. Then, on your turn, you can play those cards from your hand to try and buy things or defeat monsters in the center row. The center row always has 6 cards available. These cards can be a mix of things that you buy, like heroes or constructs. There's also monsters that you can kill, and the monsters are varying degrees of difficulty. So in Ascension, the goal is to make that starting deck that you start with into something a lot more powerful. Depending on what the market deals out for you on your turn, you can either end up turning that engine into a monster defeating beast, or just something that means you can buy a lot of really powerful cards. So, your starting deck is actually worth nothing to you at the end of the game. So, some people, you almost didn't hit my board and then you hit it. So the starting deck won't get you any points at the end of the game. So it's generally in your best interest to try and get rid of those cards if you can. Sometimes you can't, and that's okay. As long as your deck is strong enough to get around having those cards come up in your hand during the game, you're golden. And that's really kind of the whole point of Ascension, aside from getting the most points by buying the most expensive cards / killing the most monsters. It's to get a deck that's robust enough to handle when you get dealt a crap hand. This central market is one of the things that I really like about Ascension. It just makes things a little easier than Dominion, where you have to deal out the kingdom cards, and while in Dominion the kingdom cards that you deal out are random, I feel there's still just not as much variety in one box. That being said, we're stopping. There's one thing that I don't like about Ascension. Well, specifically the Ascension Apprentice pack. It's that while they redid the art on some of the cards and basically just had a better graphic designer come on and come up with some cool ideas, it is exactly the same as the main Ascension game, which really bugs me because I already have the main Ascension game and I already know how to play the main Ascension game and I already know what combinations work best. It's not nearly as balanced out as it could have been. And I feel like they missed an opportunity to release maybe more cards or a better mix of all the different sets combined. That kind of annoys me. But for $10, I mean, can I be too annoyed? It's a great, simple 2-player game that travels really well, and I do enjoy it. It's kind of nice because you can get into the part where you start doing like speed runs with it. And even if you're a beginner, after your first few hands, you know exactly what you're gonna do, so turns are very quick. It's a great starting deck builder game. If you're teaching somebody the core concepts of deck building, this is a great game for that. All said, if you are looking for a good stocking stuffer for somebody that likes Ascension or likes board games, or maybe is just looking to get into board games, this is definitely something that should be on your buy list. If you're already a big Ascension fan and you already have the iPad app, which is fabulous, and you have most of the course apps, this might not be a good pickup for you.